Hey guys, what's going on? Good morning. This is Carlos, CEO of GR Capital. Happy Monday, new week, new opportunities, as you know. It is February 10th, 2020. Let's take a look at futures this morning. We were up pre-market, kind of flattish. I've been up since 4 a.m. and watching the European Open, and we were kind of hovering around 10 points in the green for the Dow. Now Dow is down 62 points. Nasdaq's down 9, and S&P down about 4 handles here. Looking at E-mini futures right here in the center part here, top center, we're still hanging around that 100-day moving average, and it's been kind of respected the whole time as we've been rolling along. So we just got to see how we get at the cash open. Right now, the dollar is going up. For all my forex traders, euro dollar is weakening. You could see here 109.31 on the euro dollar. VIX is up about 4% as the Dow is down about 59 points. Crude oil down again about 0.5% at the 50 handle. Bitcoin went up as high as about 10,400 over the weekend. Kind of faded now in futures about 99.10. 10-year bonds are bidding as well, as the usual case. Let's see if I can get this going for pre-market. So let's go ahead and take a look at the pre-market leaders. Pre-market leaders right now, most active. Tesla is about 7% on some chatter. It was a Forbes article that we posted on Instagram about Google possibly buying Tesla. I don't know if we could put too much weight on that information, but again, it was reported by Forbes at $1,500 a share. I don't see why Google would want to pay $700 a share premium at the current trading price for Tesla. But again, we'll see what information comes out. But if you are looking at Tesla today, it is on the hourly a nice breakout here above 800. That's been the level I've been looking at. Obviously, the premiums may be a little expensive, above the 100, above the 50. You could see right here about a nice ascending triangle formation here. As we break above the next level, I'm looking at is around 848. Again, Tesla could be something to look at, but just be careful as the premiums are very expensive. Apple down about 1.34% as Foxconn, their supplier, again, looks like the delay in supply chain in China due to the coronavirus is affecting the stock. Anything below 300 on Apple, I'm a buyer of. I'm buying the stock, so I'm waiting for another $15 fall so I could buy some shares. I'll definitely take that premium because I do believe that the stock in Apple is very cheap, as according to cash flow. It's just the headline risk that's going on right now. Right now, I do have some Microsoft calls to the upside. Right now, it is break even. We were as high as around 184.60. Let's see what we get at the open. Microsoft has been relatively shielded in any kind of red markets, as it was red on Friday, and Microsoft was green. So that's what we're looking at. Next one here, a couple other names. Uber is down. Beyond Meat is about 1.86%. L Brands is up as Victoria's Secret is looking to go private. But those are the names. For the most part, I'm definitely looking at Tesla today. Roku reports on Thursday, so we just have to look at that chart. I do have some alerts up on that. If I bring it up here, my alerts on Roku is at 133.98, the break up the upside and the downside 120, about $13 range. You don't want to get caught up in the middle of that. You want to make sure you get a clean breakout to the upside. For Apple, I want to see this gap being going back down if I want to play it. 312, 55, 35 to the downside. If we break that, then again, I'll take a look at maybe some 307.50s or 310s for some puts. But I don't think that we can break that level. If we do, again, puts would probably be the name of the game. As you can see, Apple is dragging down E-mini futures at this moment. Yet Microsoft is basically flat. Again, Microsoft has been that just fortress of a stock that's just been holding on the whole time. Tesla catching a bid here, right around 804. We got as high as around 815 pre-market. Let's see if we can get above that. I do own shares in Tesla. Let's see what we get. Again, I would definitely want to see maybe some calls, out of the money calls, and see what the premiums are and go from there. But again, they become very expensive, so feel free to sit it out if you can't afford it on your portfolio. 1 to 4% risk as always. All right, let's answer some questions here. Mark Marcos asks, what do you look for in pre-market? Well, I look for a couple of names that have been moving. For example, Tesla's moving, Apple's moving. That gives me an example of what to look for in the market. Again, pre-market is kind of like a preview of a movie. Think of it that way. A trailer of a movie. Yeah, they'll give you some of the highlights, but maybe sometimes the movie sucks and the trailer's amazing. Or the trailer's awful and the movie's great. So don't put a lot of weight in pre-market because things can flip very quickly. For all we know, Apple can catch a bid. For all we know, Tesla could fall at the open. We don't know until the cash open at 9:30. Remember, all the orders coming in from Europe and Asia come right in at 9:30. People putting limit orders, those traders. And now we'll see. We're seeing here a little bit of acceleration to the downside. Looks like Corona fears for the most part, but we've seen this before last week, and we got a bid up, and we were up triple digits on the Dow. Down 91. I'm not really worried about it right now. Again, the only position I have right now is Microsoft to the upside. So again, it is holding pretty true at flat right now. Good question, Marcos. Thank you. QQQ again, sitting on the 100-day moving average. I'll be looking at that. You can see a consolidation here. 227.09 is my level for the put side. 230.58 to the upside. But right now, the two names I'm looking at today are Tesla and Apple, and obviously, well, Microsoft because I have an open position. Roku, I'm not really looking at. Boeing could be a play. Want to take a look at that. It did bid up nicely in the morning. We did tap about 338.93, 337.50 right now. I'm looking for it to break 343. Maybe 350 calls could be in play. But again, we need to make sure the headline risk. Again, sometimes Boeing's spreads get a little wild, so you got to be careful. All right, Ivy says AMD. Let's take a look at it. AMD, again, a little bit of a chop fest here. Again, don't want to get caught in that chop because the premiums get killed. So you want to make sure that you get a nice breakout or a nice breakdown. We're chilling right now, the 200-day moving average, right around 49.21 on the pre-market. 51.08 is my upside calls. If I break that, then I'll go ahead and ride that upside. 47.95 for the downside to break that support. Then your next level of the support will be 46.11. So if you break 47.95, then your 47s, 46.5s could be in play there. But looking at ES now, it looks like we're kind of accelerating to the downside slightly. Broke below 100, the 100-day, and we'll see if we get some continuance there. Again, if you want to play the ES futures, best bet would probably be SPY moving forward. All right, good questions, guys. Thank you for joining me today's morning note. As always, thank you. Just want to get that heads up. What about Beyond above 120, Oliver asks. All right, let's take a look at that. Beyond together. Beyond was up pre-market. Looks like it kind of fell a little bit. I still have an alert placed on Beyond at about 120.74. Give me that clean breakout to maybe target 130. But until then, we need to break that level 120, 120.74. So you feel free to put an alert there, and then you could ride that up. Again, another volatile stock, another one that moves up and down very quickly, big spreads. Again, it has not a big float like an Apple. So again, this, talking about big buys and big shares, big blocks can move that stock very quickly, and you can get eaten up or makes a lot of money either way. So again, just keep the risk low when you're playing a name like Beyond because it can get a little wild. Obviously, it's kind of like a roller coaster. Just keep that in mind. All right. Any other questions this morning? Got my GAR Capital hoodie on for today. Monday ready, as always. Got to get more of these going. Let's see. Any other questions this morning? Everyone's bright and early, ready to rock. Got my coffee. Hope you do too. All right, I guess if there's no other questions, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your Monday. One quick information here. On Monday, I'm looking at my stock market almanac for 2020. Wednesday, just give you a heads up, week before February expiration date, NASDAQ is down 11 out of 19. 2010 was up 2%. 2011 was up 1.5%. 2014 up 2.9%. 2015 up 3.2%. And 2017 up 1.2%. And then just another heads up. This is for Friday. Valentine's Day is Friday. Day before President's Day weekend. Next Monday, the market's closed. Keep in mind. The S&P has been up 11 out of the last 17 weeks. The day before President's Day. So Friday, you could get a bull run. I'll remind you guys on Friday. Patterns affect pre-market. Sometimes they do affect pre-market. But again, you can get that big flush of stock going up in the morning, people selling out their profits, and then sometimes you get a rise when you get a fall. So if Apple soars in the morning, it could happen. And Tesla could fall in the morning. So don't put a lot of weight in pre-market. Like I said, it's kind of like a movie trailer. You don't know what you're getting. It's just a preview. That's all I put on weight. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, before anything. And then Ski My World says, U.S. long calls and USO, any thoughts? Absolutely not. I would stay away from oil. Oil's down 1%. I don't know why you would want to go long oil at all. So if you want to take a look at the actual stock stock, it's absolutely horrific. The chart, it's just going down. Let's go ahead and bring up a daily, and you could see again breaking support. So I wouldn't want to catch a falling knife, man. I'd skip USO. If anything, if you're gonna go short, that'd probably be your best bet. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your Monday. Happy Monday. New week, new opportunities. Let's crush it. So on watch list for today: Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, and possibly Boeing. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Carlos Garcia, CEO of GAR Capital. Thanks for following, and make sure to subscribe and like our YouTube channel. We really appreciate it, guys. And Marcus asked one more time before the ending of this video. Amazon bull flag. Yes, it is. It is very nice, but keep in mind it's very expensive. So 2097 will be my level to the break. If you do, you could target maybe some 2200s, 2150s just to catch that momentum to the upside. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Thanks again. Oh, Christian, real quick. Good morning. What do you think about Lyft earnings tomorrow? No idea. We have no idea. This is hard to predict on Lyft. So again, we're just going to wait on that. I'd rather you not open a position on it. I own Lyft stock personally. I'm red on it because I bought the IPO. I'm still holding it. I don't plan to sell. Have a good one, guys. Again, last minute questions. I love them. Talk to you guys soon.